Alright, so here's the main thing that I'm trying to do today is scout for turkey season. It's kind of the main thing I want to do today. Obviously, it is good to know kind of the late March or late February, I mean, what the deer are doing in late February. It's really good to know that for some late season success. I think I found a bedding area earlier this year. I know I found a bedding area. I'm hoping it's the best bedding area that I've found this year. There was probably 10 beds in the same area, so I'm kind of hoping that I can get in there and find some sheds. I don't know if they've dropped yet. I know Alabama, usually they drop a little bit later. I'm hoping that I'll find maybe some sheds, you know. But specifically, this area is good for turkeys. And I've seen lots of turkeys in here, and I just want to see if I can see their scratch, and maybe even this evening try to roost some where I know that they roost at. I may try to do that just to see if they're there. So it should be fun. This is the first time I've really gotten to get out in my areas, in my kayak areas, to scout since the season ended. So hope you guys enjoy it. I think it's going to be a good time. So we'll talk to y'all later. The water is like super high compared to what it was during deer season. It was you can see land out there, and then all this where you can see is definitely underwater. It was down like way over there. That dock was definitely on dry land, so it's pretty cool. It's gonna be interesting getting into my spot. I haven't been there in a long time since the water was this high up. All that was sand right here, so it'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes. I've had a lot of people ask me about my lights, so here's a little information for you. I just used some scrap wood that I had from something else I was building and some old PVC and ran the wiring harness through there, and then over here I have a battery box right there that has an on and off switch for it, and I just have them up here with Velcro because it's just easy, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It helped me out a lot this season, and I have it this way. I opted not to use just one of the long LED bars because I put my stand right here most of the time, and it sits flat right there, and so the lights can still shine even with my stand up. If I were to do a bar, it would have to be in the front, and I really don't want to do it right there because I'd have to run wiring all the way through the boat, and I just didn't really want to do that. So yeah, this is my setup, and it's usually a whole lot more loaded down than this during deer season, so I'm pretty excited about this. I haven't got to do, I got a lot of water in my seat. I haven't got to just take it out with a light pack in a long time, so this will be pretty cool. Be a ton of fun. So yeah, we will. I will turn it on at some point. Turn on the camera. I'm going to turn it off right now because I don't want it to get wet. But I'll turn it on at some point pretty quick so you can kind of see the area once I get up to that area. And yeah, it's going to be a fun day. Kayak tied up. And I'm ready to go. So let's see what we can find. And watch out for snakes while I'm at it. Alright, so see the sun is getting low, but I found a lot of good deer sign. Not the same sign that I was finding during the season. So the wind is totally different now, so they're not going to be using this area nearly as much. As you can see, it's pretty open right here. Where I was at before is a little thicker and it's pines, and so that's where I was finding all the deer signs. This right here is where I hunted a lot during the rut when those bucks were chasing does. I'd always see does in here. But the bucks were chasing the does through here in this open stuff. They didn't really care too much that it was open. And just the fact that it's got water right there makes it feel safe. And so I think kind of all the rules that I've learned as far as where to hunt are a little bit different in here. Just because nobody really gets back in here. Not far from here, there's a club, and I'm kind of hunting their pressure. And so the deer kind of feel like this is a safe space. And so that's why I really believe that I've seen quite a few deer in here. So again, it's a good spot during the season. I killed every buck in here, but I'm in the bottom of the creek bottom right now, just kind of trying to get over to another area easily. And I've never been here before, so it's a really pretty view. Yeah, also I want to show you something. This is really crazy because, and it's kind of got me thrown off a little bit, because this water has risen so much in the last like 4 weeks. I should have just taken my kayak up a little further, but it honestly is, I wasn't expecting it. So here is the water. So my kayak is right over there, and which isn't too far. But during deer season, I could literally have walked straight across right here and went over that and got to where I need to go. Like, this was just all rock and mud and stuff, and now it is completely flooded, which I guess this is how it's supposed to be. This is the way the lake normally is, but it really threw off my scouting. It really threw it off because I am so used to the deer crossing right there. They'll cross over that from that bedding area over there, and they'll come right up this right here, and they'll take this little bottom and go down to the next thick spot over there. And now I'm struggling to find where the deer are actually traveling. I would say if they were just wherever this little creek kind of evens out and turns to dry land. But I look there and I'm not finding. This is pretty cool. This is somebody else long ago decided that this would be a good spot to sit. It's crazy what you find on public land, because on private land you might find a few little spots like that, but literally I don't know, maybe 600 yards from where I'm at right now, there's a spot where there used to be like an old town, and it's really freaking cool. You can see the bricks and all the foundation and stuff from a few houses that were over there. Somebody actually told me that one of those is a post office, and that there was a road that went all the way across where the lake is now. There used to be a road down there, and there probably still is somewhat of a road. I know that there's bigger deer out here than what I killed, and so my goal for this year is to get one of those big guys that I know is in here. I've seen plenty of sign during the season. It's got me a little bit thrown off right now, but I know they're still in this area. It's pretty cool. So, just found this bone. I would assume it's from a deer. I don't know. I did shoot a coyote over here this year, but I never really looked for him. Maybe it's a deer, and maybe it's a buck, and maybe I can find its head. So right now, I'm standing in the middle of a bed. And you got all this right here. And that deer is looking out that way. It's smelling whatever is that way, which is pretty cool. So, it's a pretty sweet spot. I'm definitely happy with this one. There you go. Let's see it. Everything I've learned about where a deer beds at, it should look a lot like that, because you want to look from their perspective, which is a little bit lower than us. Maybe not me, because I'm pretty short, but that area is actually a really good area. And the good thing about it is I can go over there, or over this way, and basically just ambush from the water. There's no telling. I'm probably covered with ticks right now. I can basically just ambush them from the water, and they don't really experience a ton of danger coming from there. Time to go. I'm in my kayak, sitting out in the middle of the lake, looking at this storm about to come in. It's supposed to be a downpour tomorrow, so I need to go ahead and get out of here. I haven't looked at the weather, so I don't really know what it's supposed to look like, but it was a good day. I didn't, find any sheds. Didn't really find the amount of buck sign that I would like to have found. It's just the South. It is hunting public land in the South, and it's not easy. Anybody who says that it's easy to hunt deer in the South are either lying, or they have a lot of money and a big piece of property all to themselves. I learned a couple things about the area that I didn't know last year or during the season. I learned some of the funnels that are in there that I didn't want to go into because I didn't want to mess it up. Learned just a little more of the terrain that I didn't know was necessarily in there. Overall, it was a good day. It's fun to just get out in the woods. I encourage anybody to do that. Even if you just pick a spot, throw a dart on the map, pick a spot. As long as it's public, as long as you have permission to go there, go out and see what you find. It could surprise you. Until next time, I am out. I am going to get home. So.